Roblox is very similar to Fnaf in a way where you either love it or you hate it. So basically, you either believe that Roblox is only for children or you're a professional encounters player. But even a Roblox player like me can see that this front page is probably going to turn anyone over the age of 7 off of the site. All the games in this screenshot are either tycoons, clicking simulators, or anime fighting games, which are just simulators, but you can fight people. Now, I've sworn that I would never play a simulator game, but after I saw the game Submarine Simulator, my mindset completely shifted. At first, I only looked into this game because I was confused on how a submarine simulator would work, but then when I scrolled down to read the description, my curiosity instantly peaked. And, seeing as I dabble in the Five Nights at Freddy's, this game seemed pretty cool. So I loaded on my Roblox player, and here we are, I guess. So join me as I take a look into Submarine Simulator, the Fnaf fan game disguised as a Roblox simulator. At the start of the game, we get a little cutscene which explains the basics on what's really going on. Marine biologists back in the year 1952 had created a submarine strong enough to withstand the bottom of the ocean. The submarine can only fit one person, however, and that's where you come in. As a volunteer, you get sent to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, which is 11,034 meters deep. That would literally take 5,838 clones of myself stacked up on top of each other to fill. Anyway, you're getting sent to the bottom of this trench to complete certain tasks, and once all the tasks are complete, you'll be able to go back up to surface. You'll also have to do this for the next week. Nothing really happens on the first night, but on the second night, we get introduced to our new friend. His name is Jerry. Say hi to Jerry, everyone. So now we know that there's something down here, but he's friendly, right? He wouldn't do anything to hurt us. Yeah, he's a demon apparently, and he can sense that our soul is unclean. So now he's just got to kill us. While this story is happening, we also have a little side story in between each day, and it's told in many different styles. After the first day, you got to play a game of memory match. But then on the last two cards, it's the head of a dead girl. I'll admit, I did get caught off guard a little. On the second day, you have to play a game where you dodge a bunch of underwater mines as the submarine. But at the last 10 seconds, the bombs turn into the girl's head again. This one didn't really get me like the other one did. They could have at least used something different, but no, it's the same image as they used before. You can also find this exact same image when taking samples underwater. On day 3, you actually get to walk around. They've changed the style up. Also monkey. Anyway, this doctor over here says that this girl, who I'm assuming is the one that we saw the head of before, is not doing very well, and we aren't allowed to see her yet. I guess that sucks. Next, we get this cool little scene where we sit inside of a living room for a bit until that underwater creature that we're dealing with shows up on the TV for a bit. It's a pretty cool scene, I guess. I have no clue what it's actually for. It's just kind of there. Next, we're back at the hospital. Sadly, they had to get rid of the monkey and instead replace it with ominous white glowing eyes. We walk into the room and we see 2 doctors staring at the girl through a window. And I guess that means that the girl's dead. Finally, on the next night, we're back at the hospital again, and this time we actually get to see her. It turns out that she's our daughter and she's dead. That's about it. I would have liked to actually know what happened to her. Also on this night, we get the ending, where Jerry decides to come back to the surface with us. I assume that he killed everyone because when everyone saw him, they started screaming, and in the ending, we're dead. But it's okay, because we're now reunited with our dead daughter, and it's a happily ever after. But it's not, really, because we're dead, and now Jerry's free to roam the earth. You see, the story is there, but it lacks a lot of explanation. Like, for example, how did our daughter end up in hospital? Why was Jerry on the TV for 2 seconds? What actually happened to Jerry after he escaped the ocean? While I'm down for games that let the player figure out the story instead of just straight up telling you the story, you've still got to give us hints to what the overall story is. Maybe one of the flashback sequences could have been how the girl actually ended up in hospital. Again, it's okay to let the player theorize the story, but you've got to give us points we can theorize about. Here we are, the gameplay. It's definitely something. You see, on the first night, nothing really happens, because the first night is mainly used as a way to get you used to the tasks that you'll be doing for the rest of the week. In front of you is a window where you can use a flashlight to look outside. Don't worry about this, you don't need to use the flashlight at all, it is quite literally useless. But I mean, it's cool that I can see my reflection in the window, although I do wish that it was our actual avatar, because I think it'd be really awesome to see Roblox White staring back at me. On the left is a computer where you do the task. You'll need to be taking samples of the ocean, recording audio snippets, and scanning the area. For all three tasks, it's really simple because all you really need to do is just hold down a button for a while. On your right, you also have an oxygen tank where you can refill your oxygen, because that goes down when you're at the bottom of the ocean. And these canisters must not hold that much because one gets fully used in about 1 to 2 minutes. As well as the oxygen going down fast, your power goes down at about the same pace. And to squirt some lemon juice into that open wound, sometimes your power will malfunction, which makes it go down even faster. And the only way to stop this is by restarting the entire submarine's power, which doesn't reset your power, it just stops it from going down. Anyway, that's really all the tasks that you need to do. Now let's talk about the actual threat, or more the obstacle, Jerry the evil sea creature. On night 3, when he attacks first, he's pretty harmless. All he does is fly past your screen occasionally, and if he does, then all you need to do is just flip up your notepad at the bottom of the screen. Also, yeah, there is a notepad which tells you your tasks and stuff, but it's kind of pointless because you just have to do 3 of everything anyway. On night 4, he learns a new attack where he will appear on either the left or the right side of your submarine. If you see him, literally just look the other way. He's still really easy to avoid. His worst attack comes from day 5, because now he has the ability to stun lock you and you have to spam F to get him off you. The reason why this attack sucks so much is because any of these attacks can happen whenever, and that means they can overlap each other. So sometimes you'll be looking around the submarine and Jerry will be sitting in this corner, and then you get stun locked. You just kind of are forced to die. Luckily though, these are the only things you really have to deal with from Jerry, because the next 2 days are just his AI level increasing. See, Jerry isn't really a threat though. I didn't die to Jerry. I only lost to the power. The real threat here is the power, because it goes down so fast. Literally look at this clip of me beating the final day, and I want you to watch my power level and my oxygen. Yeah. This was my second attempt, by the way, so you can basically call me a god gamer. Now, there's also a custom night for if you want to torture yourself even further, but I will not even be trying to comprehend completing this, seeing as I finished the main game on 0% power. Now, Submarine Simulator has many different art styles. First, there's the main kid-friendly simulator style, which is supposed to give the whole, oh, this game is indeed a simulator, and is in no way a horror game at all. It's not a bad look, it's just that I have a thing against simulator games on Roblox, so to me, this is mid. I'm sorry, let's continue. Then there's the actual game's visual style, which seems pretty cool because to me at least, it doesn't actually look like it was made on Roblox. It almost looks like a Blender PNG that was thrown into Roblox Studio and the finishing touches were done in the studio. I could be wrong though, but I don't think Roblox can actually do these reflections. You also then have the pixel art mini games, which I'd say are done really well, but I'm also just a sucker for pixel art. There's also these rooms that are made entirely in Roblox, and they aren't that bad either. The creature himself also doesn't really look that bad. He's definitely scary looking for a guy named Jerry. Probably doesn't help that he's British though. Ah, here we are, the lovely JdnScale. Look, I even made it like an actual scale. And let's see what we get. See, while I do like this game, and I like to see well-made games show up on Roblox, its flaws are indeed very notable. The storytelling, the power and oxygen drain that make Jerry just kind of an obstacle instead of the main threat. I think maybe with a bit more time put into the story of the game, I would have put it higher on the list. Because I can think of many good and interesting ways the story could have gone if they just put a little more time into creating the story. Overall, it's a good game, but I'd rather not recommend it because I honestly don't want you guys to go through the same hell that I had to go through when trying to beat this game. But I'll be a good lad and I will still link it in the description in case you do indeed want a little bit of a challenge. I do hope to see more games from the studio, as from what I've seen, they are actually really good at making games. I just hope that these issues that I've pointed out aren't found in them as well. Anyway, if you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, a like and sub would be greatly appreciated. I'm also really glad that you guys actually seem to like the content I've been making recently. I know that 16 subs isn't the highest number on YouTube. Anyway, I've got a bunch of games in mind that I want to review, so I hope that you guys stick around for them, and I promise a second channel upload will come out soon. Anyway, that's all I really got to say. I hope you guys have or have had a good day, afternoon, night, whatever it is. Bye-bye.